Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I am going to start off by unboxing some new products that I received from Bombnails. So excited. I'm always happy to use her products. So as you see, I do get some acrylics, and I did get something that I didn't know I was getting. So when I saw it, I was pretty surprised. I do know for a fact this gummy bear collection is new. Obviously all of it is a collection, but for the second set, I don't know if this is a complete set of acrylics or if she just decided to throw in a couple shades for me. I'm not really sure. I did check on her website and I didn't see it as like a bundle, but I think all of these colors would be like potentially in a collection. I feel like they do have like similar vibes, like some type of summer collection. Yeah, I don't really know about that. But also she did send me over her new Cateye system, and I was so excited. Even though Cateye gels aren't really my favorite thing to do, I'm not really that great at them, but just because it's her products, I was really happy to use it. With the magnet, it is like a little four-sided wheel with different magnets on them. You can do different designs. I haven't yet used a Cateye magnet like this, like particularly like this, but I did get some from Temu that are very similar and they do different designs on them. I'm pretty sure you guys remember that if you remember my last Temu unboxing. But I was still pretty excited to try hers out. And then of course we have the Cateye gels. She did also include a blooming gel. I didn't expect that either. And I did try it out. I didn't show it in the video, but I did try it out and it does bloom very nicely. It's like a really great pace that it blooms. It doesn't bloom too fast or too slow. So I feel like that you have a lot of control of how you want the design to look. So definitely a plus for that. Then of course I'm going to be showing the Cateye gels. And I'm just going to quickly show what they look like. I didn't want this part to take too long because the entire unboxing and swatches will take up just about half or at least 10 minutes of the video. So yeah, I didn't want to make this too long. So I will try to make this rather quick. But yeah, I did end up loving all of the shades that it came with. I feel like we have a lot of variety. I really did love the pink shades. I'm always drawn to like the pinks and the purples, the blues when it comes to Cateye gels, so definitely those were probably my favorite. So for the swatches, I'm not going to swatch all of them because I didn't want this part to take so long for me to do. And you can pretty much see what the colors look like on the brush anyway when I just showed them a couple seconds ago. So what I decided to do is pick out my favorite 4 or 5 and try them out on a swatch just so I can try out each side of the magnet and just see how it works. Of course, I did try out the simplest one for the first one, and the shift almost happened like immediately. I think this was the most effective magnet I've used. Like, it was just so strong, but like I don't know, I just feel like it worked very good, especially for me. Like, I'm not really a Cateye gel person. Like I said, this isn't really my favorite thing to do, so I am still learning on how to position the magnets, how close to hold them, and you know, just work everything like that. So with that, I do think the first magnet I tried was a great one. The second one I'm using is just like this little rectangular one, and as you guys can see, the first thing that happened was all of the pigment disappeared, and I wasn't really sure how or why that was happening. But I did eventually like try different ways to use it. As you guys saw, I did put some more gel on there, and I'm just going back in basically trying to figure out how it works. And eventually I did figure it out, but also I did want to say for some of the gel polishes, I did feel like they were a little bit like they didn't have enough of the magnetic what is it called, like the stuff that make it actually move, the magnetic pigment or whatever it's called. I feel like some of them didn't have enough, so it wasn't really showing as great. So for the one I just swatched, I feel like that one didn't have enough, and there was a couple in there where I felt like if it looks a little too smooth, then it's not going to show as much. I think the purple also gave me like that same effect. But as you guys see, I did switch over to a green using that same magnet, and it is starting to work. And the effect on this rectangular magnet, it does create straight lines. So yeah, like I said, I did end up figuring out what it does. I'm moving on to the purple, and like I said, I do think these will show up with like a background underneath, but I just didn't do it. So I am trying to make the layers of gel polish a little bit thicker so it shows a little bit more like opacity and just be a little bit more opaque. So given that I did have to like hold the last magnet on top and it creates like that line, I did go in straight away with this third magnet, and as you guys can see, it does create this little cross effect. One thing I do have to like start getting better at is holding the magnet in the right spot. It can be a little tricky because you can't really see it. So if you want like the designs in a specific spot, you do have to try to get the magnet positioned right, because I feel like if you hold it too far to the side, even though it looked like it's right on top, the design may come out a little bit like on the side. So it's kind of tricky, but it's just something you have to work with. Now moving on to the last magnet, I did pick out this little yellow goldish color. Is so pretty. I did try the last one, and it is shaped like a T. So again, whenever you have like a different design of magnets, you most likely have to like hold the magnet on top in order to make the design compare it to the first one or any other normal magnet. And I went straight in. I think this was also like one of my favorites because for one, it almost happened like immediately. It was super vibrant, like you could see the design without like having to hold it for too long, and it did end up being a French tip, so that was pretty great. I did have it upside down for the first part, but I added some more gel and did it the other way, and as you guys see, it is a French tip, which I think is going to be very helpful. I think that one would probably be the one I use the most, if not the first one. Obviously the first one is probably my go-to because I don't really do a lot of cat eye gels, but if I had to use one, it will probably be the last one, which creates the French tip. That could be very helpful, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's how the magnets work. I think they work pretty good. I still have to get used to using the other ones, but I'm not gonna lie, using Bombnails products, I actually may just use a lot more of her cat eye gels because I don't know, like her products are just so good. And I know that I say this in every video, but you guys definitely need to check out her products. Like they are just so perfectly formulated. Like she honestly puts like magic in these products. Definitely need to check them out. But I did just switch over to the swatches of the Gummy Bear collection. With this Gummy Bear collection, I am a little late showing it because I don't know what was wrong with me like for the last week. I just wasn't really in the mood to record anything. I didn't really want to come do voiceovers, so yeah, I was just really in like a terrible mood. I just, just wasn't really feeling it. So, but yeah, for the most part, these are pretty new. With this Gummy Bear collection, I did like how they actually feel like gummy bear candies. Like for the opacity, I feel like it was so perfect because it gives like that kind of transparency to it, just like a gelatin gummy candy or something. I feel like each and every time she comes out with the collection, it's just perfectly formulated. It's just so well thought out. The colors definitely match, and I feel like Gummy Bear collection was the perfect name for this. It's so cute and adorable. With the shades, we do get a lot of different variety. We just get about every color in the rainbow besides like red, and I'm pretty sure red would have looked so bomb in this, but I think the colors we get are still pretty good. The shades were very, very pretty. And now I'm moving on to the second set of acrylics. Like I said, I don't know if this is a complete set, but I did go ahead and swatch them, and I do feel like they could be a collection, like a summertime collection, because they do give me like the same type of vibe. Like they all have that same opacity. So yeah, I don't know, but all of these will be linked down below if you guys want to check them out. Really love the pigments in that green and that pink. It was so bright and vibrant. Compared to the Gummy Bear collection, they do have a lot more like pigment in them. You can definitely tell they have a lot more opacity to them, so definitely these are more like pigment powders and not like clear base powders. And you can tell from like the swatches where the pigment kind of like come down a little further. You can definitely tell that. And so yeah, this is what all of the colors look like from this second set of acrylics. I did just go back over them a little bit with some monomers so that you guys can see how they look glossy, and they look so stunning. I love that bright green. It definitely screams summer, so I actually may do a design before fall comes in. Another thing she also sent to me was a hand rest. I don't take clients, so I probably won't use this very often, but the one she sent me, it was so freaking cute, y'all. Like, do y'all see this? It is such a pretty like Louis Vuitton armrest. It was so soft, and just because it's so pretty, I didn't even think of this for like my Kiara Sky one, but for this one I actually may just try to like use it in the background of my videos. Maybe like here I'm just kind of showing how I could use it, rest in my hands a little bit, just having it there in the background. And I feel like it will be like a really great way to keep my hands steady whenever I'm like working on stuff for nail art, because I do have shaky hands, and the way I record is kind of like I have it not necessarily pointed down at the table. It's kind of pointed downwards toward the table, but not completely like down. So that would be a great way to keep my hand steady when I'm doing nail art, or just want something to keep my hand like elevated or anything like that. So definitely I did try it in today's video. I wanted to try out like if the lighting would be good, if it's a great angle. So definitely, oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Definitely leave your opinions and what you think about how the video was filmed with this armrest in the back, because I did want to try to incorporate it into today's video, if not like using it throughout my other videos. But yeah, I did want to showcase it because it is just so pretty to use. So yeah, getting on to the actual acrylics, I am going to use the Gummy Bear collection, and I had something in mind that was really quick. But for my other acrylics, I am going to use these glitters here from Too Cute Nail Supplies. I don't know if my discount code worked with them. I haven't really been as active posting about them because there's just so much going on. So I don't know if it's still working. I will have it linked down below if it is. But I am going to use a couple colors from that glitter collection to pair with my Gummy Bear collection from Bombnails. Now Bombnails do have like a glitter collection, but the look I wanted for this, I wanted it to be a little bit more like a mylar flake type of glitter. So after swatching both of them out and just trying them on a paper towel, I feel like this one, the ones from Too Cute Nail Supplies, just looked better with it. So I am going to use those, and I will have them linked down below if you guys want to check them out for yourself. So this application is going to be really quick. What I did decide to do is adding some glitter up at the cuticle area, just ombreing it down just below half where I glued on my nail tip, and then just adding on the color from the Gummy Bear collection paired with it at the tip, and just sort of doing a slight ombre. One thing I did realize about these colors is that since I am working on longer nails, the opacity on these are just like coming out a little crazy, but I did like it for this because I felt like I didn't really want the opacity to be like really strong. I wanted that like sheerness in it to give like that gummy bear candy look. So I was perfectly fine with it. However, if I did want to have like a solid opacity, and you can see what I'm talking about, like where I placed that first bead is definitely a lot like stronger in that area. You can see it more. But yeah, once I'm working on like a shorter nail, I feel like they will be a lot better, because I did have to like blend that down so much to cover up the tip, and that's just where the color just stayed where I placed the first bead, if that makes sense. But definitely if I wanted the application to look a lot more solid and just be all one shade, I would definitely have to work with smaller beads or just work in like smaller sections. But like I said, for this design, I wanted that sheerness, so it didn't really bother me that some areas were darker other areas, because that's kind of what I was going for anyway, with like this being a whole gummy berry collection. Once I get the tips done, I do go back in with that glitter and just add a little bit going down the nail on top of the transparent shade, and that's just what I'm gonna keep doing for my foundation of these nails. I feel like this was so simple, and I really love using her products. Like, these acrylics were just so easy to blend down. I'm also using her number 10, I think, her number 10 acrylic Kolinsky brush, and also I'm using her monomer. I don't know if her monomer is available on the website yet. I do know she was just kind of like working with it a little bit. I know she sent it to some of her ambassadors, including me, and we were trying it out, but I don't know if it's like completely launched on the website or not. I will have to look, and obviously I'll let you guys know, but as of the moment I'm not really sure. But yeah, I do think every time she comes out with a new collection or products, it's just like she really takes her time and formulate it to where everyone can use it, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Like, these products are just really easy to use. I do believe her monomer is a medium setting monomer, so it's not going to dry really fast, or it's not going to take super long to set up either. So I think that's perfect to be working with. That way you have enough time to, you know, blend it out and do what you want to do with it. And if you don't already know, I do have a discount code that you guys can use on her website, which is key15, and you can use it to save some money off your purchase. I'll have all of these products linked down below if you guys want to check them out for yourself. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do to continue this application. Like I said, it's going to be really simple and really quick. And I'm just gonna do that with every color that I picked out. I did want to use the yellow, but I didn't have a yellow glitter to use, so I did switch that out and just use a purple. But yeah, I'll just let you guys continue watching this play out. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will be back once I have my base application done. And this is pretty much what the base application looks like. I really love this concept of having like these perfect glitters to match with this shade of acrylic. Like this is just so pretty. I love the way it looks already. So now that I got my base design down, I will have to encapsulate. So I am going to bring out this huge jar of crystal clear acrylic from Bombnails. And of course, I'm just going to simply encapsulate them. I am just going to show 2 encapsulations on camera because I did want to show a little bit of my filing as well, and I didn't want this to be a really long process, but of course I love for you guys to see at least a couple minutes or a glimpse into each and every step that I took to achieve these nails. So I'm going to let you guys go ahead and watch this. Again, I am still using her monomer. Off camera I did switch to a bigger not polished brush because using the bigger brush, it just helped me get it done a little bit faster, which I should have did that on camera as well, but I just went in with as many beads as I needed to get these nails encapsulated and get them to the thickness I wanted, and just to create that apex. So you guys just saw a little bit of my filing. I didn't want to show the entire process, but of course, as always, I did start out by using my hand file, which I didn't show. I just showed like the part where I'm sealing in my cuticle area and just going over it with my e-file. And of course, I did go ahead and buff over the surface. And now I'm just cleaning off all of the dust. I think the shaping turned out really good. I really love how the apexes look on all of them. And once I like cleaned them off with my brush and some alcohol, I really already love how that glitter is peeking through with like that wet shiny look to it. So I was already happy at how the set was turning out. And once I finish cleaning off all of the dust, we are ready to get into the last and final step to create or to complete these nails. So I did pick out some gummy bear charms. Of course, this wouldn't be a complete nail look if I didn't pull out the gummy bear charms for this gummy bear collection. And that was basically what like inspired my idea for this, because I knew for a fact I wanted to use these. So I did go ahead and grab them out before I even started my nail design. So I just picked out every color I had using the acrylics. Like I said, I wanted to use a yellow, but I didn't really have a yellow glitter. And for this one, I did have a purple bear, so I did go ahead and use it. And also I did have like this other option of bears to use, which are the smaller ones, but I didn't have a lot of color choices because the colors were just not really as vibrant. So, and I did pick those out just in case I didn't want to use like the huge bears, if I wanted to go with something a little bit more subtle and, you know, not so out there. But I didn't have a lot of choices with those, so I did end up just using the bigger bears. And I'm just gonna be putting each bear on my nail, correlating the color, and that's pretty much it besides adding on my top coat. And I am using her big boy glossy top coat to go over all of my nails. I'm gonna go over with top coat first, cure them, and then use a rhinestone glue because I wanted something like a little bit thicker to apply the gummy bear charms. And that's pretty much all I'm gonna do to finish this off. The rhinestone, well, the gel glue I use is from Jelly Nails, and I love to use it when I'm using like bigger charms, something that's a little bit more heavy, because the gel is a lot thicker. They don't move out of place when I'm using them, so it's just really great for things like this. Once I get on my top coat, I'm gonna wipe my sides, make sure there's none over my skin, cure them for 30 to 60 seconds. And this top coat is so good, y'all. Like, it is just so glossy, it goes on so well. I didn't have any streakiness to it, and just like I always say, how satisfying it is to see when applying a top coat to like a glitter or like a matted surface or like a freshly buff surface. Like, it is just so satisfying to see. And I was so happy that I did end up going with this mylar flake type of glitter like I originally thought of, because when I am doing these types of videos, I do like to have only that brand in them. And I know that kind of limits me a lot, but that's just what I like to do, honestly. But like I said, for this look, I did want a more mylar glitter type of look, so I did end up going with it, and I'm so glad that I did, because they're just so stunning coming through. And now for the last step, I'm just gonna use the super diamond gel glue to add on my gummy bear charms, and that's pretty much it. And I'm just gonna let you guys watch the ending process, and I will be back to give you guys my final thoughts on how this set looks. To top these nails off, I am going to go in with my rose scented cuticle oil from Bombnails. I don't really use this that often, but I honestly should. It works so good and it smells so nice. And I'm just going to add a little bit around my cuticle areas and rub that in just to re-nourish everything. And once I do, this is how the finished set turned out. And I really love how these look. They're really playful and I really enjoyed creating them. And I just really love this color scheme. Like, I really love the sheerness to these colors. Definitely you can add more if you want them to be a little bit more vibrant. That's totally up to you, but for this, I love how they turned out. I love that I had a lot of glitters to match it as well. I kind of wish I repositioned the gummy bear on my pinky nail because it is kind of colliding with my ring finger, so I couldn't really hold them straight to get like even pictures, but you know, it is what it is. I do love how the gummy bears look, and up close is even more mesmerizing. Like, you cannot tell me that this gummy bear collection is not perfect for these gummy bears. Like, it's honestly the same color for each shade, and I'm just so blown away at how perfect and great this collection is. I'm so happy I was able to receive this collection and use it. So if you are watching this, Gabby, thank you so much for sending me this collection and all of your other products. I definitely appreciate it. And that basically concludes today's video. Everything I use will be linked down below. Let me know what you thought about today's set, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.